You're riding with the Battlefield Walker today. We're headed to a Central Virginia battlefield where over 150 years ago, thousands of soldiers gathered to fight for their lives. Before we get there, though, I'm bringing you to a place that's been special to me for over half a century. It's almost sacred. Behind me is the Garthright house. This house served as a military field hospital in 1862 during the Battle of Gaines' Mill, and probably also in 1864 at the Battle of Cold Harbor. Hundreds of soldiers gathered in this yard, just praying that a doctor could see them before they died of their wounds. It's documented 97 Union soldiers died at this hospital and were temporarily interred here in the front yard. This house likely existed for probably 100 years before the Battle of Gaines' Mill. The Garthright house is just one small part of the story of Cold Harbor. I grew up about a half a mile from here. To those of us who study the history of the Civil War, this is truly a sacred place. Now on to some private land where we can do our own historical research, looking for the things left behind by the soldiers. From the National Park Garthright House to some privately owned land where the soldiers spent a lot of time, we've got a whole beautiful Virginia day to relic hunt. And I hope you'll stick with me. I'm the Battlefield Walker. I never take for granted the fact that I've still got friends in Cold Harbor and Gaines' Mill and Mechanicsville and Black Creek and Turkey Hill, people that I know who will still let me relic hunt. A lot of people have just made themselves unwelcome by their bad behavior. I know I'm lucky, and I know a lot of people would give their eye teeth to spend a day out here. Man, we haven't been out here seriously 2 minutes. And there's the first Civil War bullet of the day. 2 minutes out of the truck. Wow. All right, we're a couple of feet from where we dug that last bullet. We had a deep signal here, and it does sound like a bullet. And there we go. You see that white? That should be bullet number 2. Look at that. Oh, what in the world? That thing is in there. What is that? Maybe that's not a bullet. It sure looks like a bullet. No, it's not a bullet. It's the end of a bungee cord. Now, that fooled me. It sure looked like the bottom of a 3-ring bullet to me. This was a very iffy signal. I'm not that thrilled about the signal, but it's fairly deep and it rang in really loud, so I'm expecting iron in the hole. Yeah, it's pretty deep. So every once in a while, usually early in the day like this, I will dig something that I'm not that thrilled about the sound, but I just want to keep myself sharp and learning. Again, my dreams are dashed. Definitely no gun barrel. That's not good. That's just a nail. That sure fooled me. That sounded like a better signal than a nail. Technology is good, but it's not perfect. I'm in the middle of a bunch of holes I dug the last time I was here. Covered up holes, of course. And here I am with a signal that I missed the last time right in the middle of where I was digging. There it is. Look right there. Little 69 caliber round ball. Alright, whatever this is, we knocked it out of the hole quick. Another 69 caliber round ball. There's my boot print in a covered hole from the last time I was here. 2 feet away, I'm getting a signal that I missed last time. The old relic hunters say you never empty a spot. There's always more that you didn't find. I think I see it. Another buck. Could be another buck. That's the thing. It'll drive you crazy digging all those tiny little buckshot. But the problem is, sometimes they sound like bullets and buttons. But, alright, I hit something. Not a buck. You see that white? Right there, probably a round ball. 69 caliber round ball. Let's see, yep. You can see the hole where it was. Okay, I think that's 4. I love the adventure of relic hunting, because you just never know what's in the hole. Is this a button? Is it a bullet? And brother, I see brass. Do you see it in the hole? I see brass, and that always excites me. Look right there. Look at that green circle. Oh, I love a green circle. It's a button with a shank. And that's going to be a General Service Eagle button, I'm pretty sure. Yep. How about that? First button of the day. Worn by a Union soldier 150 years ago, and nobody's touched it since him. Alright, I've left that hole open. That's where the Eagle button came from. And I'm getting another signal right there. Probably a buck. Yep. Right by that Eagle button. I am literally 8 inches away from a hole I dug the last time I was here. And I didn't hear this signal. And it's a good signal too. Should be right in that little ridge. There she is. There she is. There's a 69 caliber round ball. I think that's number 5 Civil War bullet of the day. Uh-oh, that looks like rust. Yeah, that's iron. I wasn't expecting iron. What is that? Clean it up and make sure it's not a gun part or something. I quit recording because I was finding buck after buckshot after buckshot after buckshot. But look what just popped out of a hole. That surprises me. I haven't dug many of them here. I don't know that I've ever dug one here before. Anyway, nice little surprise out of the hole. A Colt pistol bullet. About a 45 caliber. Alright, I'm just a few feet away from where I dug that Colt pistol bullet. We got something in the hole right here. What do we have here? I'm guessing lead of some kind. It doesn't sound like brass, but it might be. Did it come out? Nope, still there. Okay. Alright. The mystery is still alive then. Still, uh-oh, I feel it. Yep, look there. What do we got? 58 caliber 3-ring bullet. It's just been it's been a great few days out here in this field. But we'll be back at it in a second. Let's see what we got. Start with the best. General Service Eagle button. There's my famous bungee cord. A nail. Here's a Colt pistol bullet. 2 round balls. 2 more round balls and 2 3-ringers. Boy, look at all the hitchhikers on my gloves. Then I've got a little shotgun primer. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7 bucks. So, I've only been here a couple hours. I'm happy with that. And we got a lot of day ahead of us. Got a good signal. It sounds more like brass than lead. And it's out of the hole, so it's pretty shallow. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let's see. Oh, man. Well, it's a button, but it's just the back. Probably an eagle cuff button. But it's just the back. No face on it. That always breaks my heart. Got a good sounding signal here. Oh, hit something. What is that right there? What is that right there? I'm afraid to say it, but it feels like the shank of a... Yep. I thought it felt like the shank of a button. Because that, my friends, is sure a button. Oh yeah. I see green. I'm sure you probably can't see it yet. Can you see that green? Look right there. I know you can see that green. Looky there. Now if it just has a face on it, it'll be so wonderful. There, yep, I think I got a face. I do have a face. That's an eagle button. I'm pretty sure it is. It's a cuff size. Got a good shank on the back. That finding buttons makes me happy. Are you a buckshot? Oh, yep, I think I see it. Yep. Okay. This is a piece of camp lead. Whatever the reason, you find a lot of melted lead in camps. When I say camp lead, that's what I'm talking about. You're gonna dig it. Probably in that shovelful right there. Uh-oh. Hello. Do you see a little bit of green? I do. That's a coat-sized button. Shank is missing. Either that or just bent over. But that's a coat-sized button off a Civil War soldier's greatcoat, or his overcoat, or his coat, or whatever it was. His jacket. Nice. That's a sweet little button. Happy guy. You know, for all the times that I've hunted this farm, and all the people before me that hunted this farm, there are still good relics in here. Not like the old days, but that's okay. That's okay. And the ground doesn't give them up very easily. Okay, it's out of the hole, whatever it was. Is that what I think it is? Oh, you see it, don't you? You see it. Pretty little piece of green. Wait a minute. That's a coin. That is not a button. Probably an Indian head penny, I would think. About the only thing I can think of that's that size. But that's definitely a coin. I'm not a big coin shooter unless they have Civil War dates or pre-Civil War, because then I can reasonably assume that this was a coin that a Civil War soldier had in his pocket. It's a good find. I'm excited. We'll see what it is if we can read it. It looks smooth to me. All right, this is a good sounding little signal. It's deep because I can't hear it with my pinpointer yet. Wow. All of a sudden it doesn't sound so good anymore. Man, this is getting to be a habit. This place spoils me so much. I know you can see the green. Looky there. All right. Oh, it's bent up. Yep, just the back. Yeah, that's what's left of a soldier's button. Folded right up. Right beside that little folded up eagle button, we got another signal. Yeah, it's a real good signal. 69 caliber round ball. Right next to that eagle button. All right. Man, this has been a good day. Whatever it is might have come out with that shovel full. Nope. Still down there. That makes me think it's not a buck, which, thank goodness. I think I just hit it. Yep. Can you see that little piece of white right down in there? Another 69 caliber round ball. We are most definitely in a site that saw Gaines Mill action. These are much more commonly 1862 rounds than 1864. A lot of technology improved in just those 2 short years. But you know, when a country is at war, what do they say? Necessity is the mother of invention. And so a whole lot of technological advancement in firearms and firepower happened between 1862 and 1864. That's a primitive bullet. They were shooting these things in the Revolutionary War. All right, got another round ball. Man, what a great sight to hunt. I am blessed beyond measure. All right, let's dig a little plug, crack it up, and see what... There he is. Another 69 caliber round ball. There's yet another. I don't know what I think about this signal, but it just sounds different than anything else I've dug. Just a piece of farm iron. I haven't had farm iron fool me like that in the last 2 days. This sure sounds like a button to me. Oh shucks. No, I don't think that's a button. I think that's a poncho grommet. Let's see if it's got a hole in the middle. So that's Civil War. That's the grommet that they had on their rain ponchos. They were issued like canvas ponchos that were rubber coated. When I was younger, I was always in a hurry, just rushing from one spot to the next. Now, I really take my time, and I haven't covered, I've probably covered about a football field in size, and I've been here all day. Camp lead. Still a strong signal right down in the bottom of that hole. I've been impressed with the depth of this machine, because I started with a modified GI mine detector, and then we used a Metratech after that, and then I used a Tesoro Tahan. I've been impressed with this new thing, this Deus. I've got the Deus 1, now they have the Deus 2. Uh-oh, we dug it out. There it is. That's it. Another 3-ringer. This ground is so hard right here. Oh my goodness. Wow. Man, this is hard. Golly Moses, that's hard ground. All right, it's in here. In this piece of concrete. Haha, I believe we see it. That bullet has been down in that hard-packed ground for a while. Definitely a pretty patina, though, down in that hard pack. All right, this is about 3 feet from that 3-ringer I just dug. I started to say I sound like an old man grunting, but I am an old man. You're right in there, but you are going to make me work for it, aren't you? Whoa. Great time of day. Wow. To work for that booger. Pretty bullet though. Look at that white patina. I guess the plows skipped over that hard pan and never touched that boy. Well, I'm just about done. I need to go home. Oh, shoot. Just a piece of farm iron. Well, I'll start the day off with them and end the day with them. Well, I'm done. It's been a great day. I've had a lot of fun, found some good stuff. I didn't get that last button I was hoping for, but there's no way I can complain about what I found today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16 bullets, 17 bullets, because I got this little Colt pistol bullet, whole bunch of buckshot from the bucking balls, some melted camp lead, Indian head penny, poncho grommet, button back, 2 coat size eagle buttons, I'm thinking, and 1 cuff size eagle button. Glad you came along with me. Don't forget to stay tuned. We'll have something special at the end of this video, something from way back in the day, the early days of relic hunting. So stay tuned for that. Until then, I am the Battlefield Walker. I'm glad you joined me hunting the Virginia battlefields today, and I'm glad you stayed for this part. As you know, in every one of my videos, I feature a segment where we take some old relic from the archives of the past and revisit it. You're going to love this one, even though it's not a battlefield dug relic. In the 1950s, when Daddy was relic hunting a lot, you could buy a Civil War musket for way under $100. My dad bought this little short, what turned out to be a cavalry carbine, for $35. He thought that it was a full-length musket that had been cut down and what they used to call sporterized. In other words, after the war, people would cut their muskets down, make them shorter, use them for shotguns. Anyway, that's what he thought he had, a cut-down Civil War musket. Wasn't worth much, he thought, so he offered the guy $35. Turned out, this is a very rare Confederate cavalry carbine. It's made by a company called Billers and Hall, and they were located in Pittsylvania Courthouse, Virginia. It's a percussion. You can see the size of the bore on the end of this thing. It's a massive slug. And this is not in the best condition, but this is a swivel here for a carbine sling. This musket is marked in only 2 places. On the top of the barrel, right next to the hammer, it's marked CSA. If you look at the top of this gun, it is so heavily pitted from the chemicals in the percussion caps that were used. It's very, very, very likely that this Confederate cavalry carbine was actually Civil War used. And then there was a P on the side of the gun that indicated a proof mark. This particular gun is also interesting because it has someone's initials engraved in the stock. But to think that the soldier who carried it carved his initials in it is just amazing to me. I want to thank you, those of you who either liked one of the previous videos, and especially those of you who've subscribed to the channel. If you haven't done that yet, I hope you will. We'll go relic hunting again pretty soon. Until then, I'm the Battlefield Walker. Be good and say your prayers.